Fuck no.
Welcome to Nomo Radio. Nomo Radio, your one-stop shop for a humorous commentary on our pop and subculture.
Hang on, is this even legal?
Every week, we dive deep down into conversations with interesting people about subjects that are either live in pop culture or thrive in subculture. With your hosts,
VX Madsen
and
Ada Mo.
We'll open the doors of perception and shatter your reality. So get ready, get binned, and get...
There's no turning back now. Okay. Hello and welcome to Nomo Radio. I am your host, VX Madsen, and this is...
Ada Mo.
Yes, it is. This is the fifth and most awesome episode to date. I'm gonna hype you guys up. Hype you to the max.
I'm not.
It's just,
But I'm
what?
going to be very grateful for your watch time.
All right. Okay. All right.
But no pressure.
No pressure. Just a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, please help us out.
comfortable here on my chair.
So last time we talked for almost 2 hours.
Yeah. And it was nice, right?
Yeah.
It felt like therapy.
It did feel like therapy. And we really hit some like deep...
Some serious, but they don't know this. I guess they do because they saw episode 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I do this like maybe I'm too loud.
Maybe you are.
Do you think I am? Like I'm trying to just, because if I get out here, right, then it's like totally dumb. But if I'm here, this is good, right?
Yeah.
But this is even better. This is ASMR.
Exactly.
I actually thought of doing an ASMR channel, but it's like, it would just be me breathing like.
And we already have that now on the podcast, so you don't need to make one.
We don't even
first
need it.
2 episodes, it's just you breathing into the mic while I say something very trivial and stupid.
Oh my God. Fuck.
But not this episode.
Not this episode. Hey, thanks for, sorry for interrupting your podcast here, but I just want to say, this could be your ad right here, just interrupting our podcast. And, we have, like, the whole thing to do it. And this would be like an ad that would be in the edit itself, so we can't remove it once it's uploaded. Isn't that kind of cool, knowing that your ad would just be in these episodes for like ever, and if like they can't be taken out, okay? Contact us, find a way to contact us. You can contact us through all the links in all the descriptions. And now, back to the podcast.
This episode, we're going to give you some real content.
Yes, okay, so we're learning this with you guys. Like, we're learning how, this is our own, audio education, I think.
Maybe we should start this episode off by just talking about, we've done 5 episodes now, or this will be the 5th
this is
one.
the 5th, yeah.
So, how would you say that it has went?
It's going, okay. So when you have not made a podcast before of you, I've tried myself, but then it's so easy to not keep up with it. It's like I don't have to do one today. But this is super different. There have been people investing in equipment for this podcast. You have invested a lot of time, a lot of design, getting everything ready. You really put yourself into this, and that now means that I can't back out of this because I'm letting other people's livelihood down and dreams and aspirations. So beforehand, throughout my career, it was so easy for me to just quit or just fuck it, I'll take it later or do it later or procrastinate. Where this is I'm actually working. I'm working hard.
You're actually doing something.
Yeah. And getting also the room ready, just getting the whole thing. I'm already sweating,
It's kind of funny because you had already a, let's call it a studio ready when I first came to meet you.
Yeah.
And
The one in the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that didn't work.
And I was just like, this is not gonna
No.
work.
Yeah.
So we got like an actual studio room
Right.
and renovated it and did like and built the studio up
Yeah,
from
yeah.
scratch.
Yeah.
And we like painted and did everything.
Yeah.
And to make it look somewhat like good as it is now.
I think it looks good. I think it's great. This can pass for a good podcast studio.
And we did discuss, because we were discussing like how different sets may look.
Yeah.
And how many people do it nowadays is that they just have basically a chair, a microphone, and a green screen. But I didn't really want to do the green screen part.
No, we only have that green screen, but that you're gonna see that as a logo or something. But that's a green screen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, you told them a secret.
Oh shit.
Well, because it doesn't have any charm. I remember
No.
when children's TV shows went to that, when they had that transformation of going from like real life studios to just green screens.
Yeah.
And it broke my heart.
Yeah, it can feel kind of, made up, or like when you say kids shows, I think like the more real it is, the more relatable it might be. So like for a kid, like I don't even know. Like also like if it's really out there, then I think it just encourages imagination. Like so, it's kind of I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe-
and it's nice to look at those studio sets and be like, that belongs to that studio
yeah.
or that podcast.
Right. Yeah.
As I told you, like the background in of itself becomes the marketing of the clips because people can recognize the background
Yeah.
rather than our faces because they're so forgettable.
Fuck. Don't be so hard on yourself. So I wanted to bring something up.
Oh.
What is this? No, I wanted to bring up it's here I just want to say we're in Denmark here. We're doing this in Denmark. And Denmark has some things that you don't see anywhere else. Like there's some things that Denmark has that they do really well. And I've spotted this throughout my years of curiosity. I've spotted this trend, which is truck drivers. Their trucks will be painted in like you see this like in America where they're like, oh, we got these like wolves and like bears and like a moon or something. You know what I mean?
Paint out.
Right. But here in
The
Denmark,
rollers.
I think there's one dude like doing all of them because it's only cartoons. Like it's nothing like sexual or provocative or a little bit dark. No, none of that. It's do you want to see the website?
So this is one artist
Yeah,
who does
I'm not even sure.
on lorries.
I think it's actually a truck company that do the trucks, and then they're like, I read somewhere that the dude who owns it is like, hey, our truck drivers get to pick the cartoon they want painted on their car or
But is this like exclusively for lorries or
lorries. What do you mean?
lorries?
What's that?
Trucks.
I have no idea what that is.
Lorries.
Lorries?
Yeah, those big trucks.
What do you call it? A lorry?
Lorries. Google it.
I'm gonna have to Google this.
Isn't it called lorries?
I've never heard that. How do you spell it?
Lorries.
Laurie Morgan? Oh, I guess, okay. Lorries?
Lorries. Trucks. You see? Isn't that lorry?
Is that an English word for trucks?
I guess so.
Let me see. No, a female name from...
No,
Laura.
you got lorries. That's lorries. It's those big cars. Or they're not cars. They're like... It's lorries. I don't know. Can someone comment on this and
This
be like, is
fun.
this just a differentiation
Okay,
of
there's
our...
only coming trucks up when I search this. It's fun. I've never heard that before. But yeah, it's
I guess it's like a British thing. But
okay. It's a lorry, you know.
then again, you call
Just a
tricycles
truck.
called pants, so...
Yeah, well, it's yeah, totally. It's a
And I'm
lorry.
like, panties?
Panties, dude. So this is yeah. So those lorries, they come with these like on the website there's like the Roadrunner. You've seen that meep meep, you know.
Yeah.
And Betty Boop, you know.
So these classical ones.
These classical cartoons, you know, also like Monsters Inc. University, like not the first one, but like the third
university
one.
So random.
So random. It's like, what? Okay. And I've really speculated about this. Like before I like searched it, like, is this some kind of weird, you know, is it kind of, you know, I don't want to say weird. Of course it's not. But you think these
It's
thoughts, right?
unusual.
It's unusual. It's a kind of like, okay, nice, but why? Okay, you know, nice, but why? So I kind of want to contact this dude. Now we can't do it now because I don't know like if he wants to be on the podcast, but maybe the next episode we can like go back to this episode and say, hey, we did this, and you know.
That sounds interesting.
I'm gonna get back on this. I'm investigating with my loop, you know. What's going on here?
Actually, we could also update on some of the previous news we had on the podcast.
Shit, here we go.
We did talk about the OnlyFans account to Bellathorn.
Yes, bring it. Bring the
And
hard
there's
news.
been some controversies afterwards. Mostly because they changed the rules. Because many felt they made like a pay roof
Yeah.
or like ceiling.
Yeah.
So now people can't pay over a certain amount at a time. And that made it a lot harder for many of the workers already existing on the website.
Right.
And that's why the outrage comes towards Bella Thorne, because they feel like she was the one who initiated this. And one might say like it was directly input because of the whole thing about her account gaining so much attention.
Yeah.
And so many people asking their money back because she promised like full nudity and she didn't deliver. And
See, that's the problem. Like, just if you do this, just don't fuck with people. Like, just do nudes. You know.
well,
Is that the point I want to get through? You know. But if like otherwise she should have been clear from the start, right? Just saying, hey, look, there will be no nudes. It'll just be me and maybe a pair of my shoes. You know.
I think she did nudes. It's just not like full frontal or what you would call vagina nudity or vulva or whatever.
Volvo, yeah.
Yeah. My.
How do you feel about this? I want your personal opinion on this.
I don't feel like you shouldn't be allowed to go back on something.
Like no refunds?
No. Like she should be allowed to maybe decide at a later time, be like, okay, I maybe don't want to do full nudity. But then again, you shouldn't promise it. And the only proof I've seen that she's like promising it's this. I think it's like a DM between her and a fan.
Okay.
And she's like saying like, oh yeah, full frontal nudity.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, this is a smart business plot, because what she first did with I think I talked about this last time we talked about this is people are going to unsubscribe after the first month, and in order to keep the second month going, that's when she brings in the nudes, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what
Was
she's
that her
done.
plan?
I don't know. It would
Okay,
be
wow.
smart,
Yeah, it would totally be smart.
because then she at least gets like 2 months of attention.
Totally. Like, But if also like if she was serious about this, she would be a well-paid porn star. Like if she was like just to, transition between, right? But I don't even know the rates anymore. Like I feel like everything's
what is a porn
free
star nowadays?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, what is it like? Do they work for a studio?
Is
like,
porn only the sex
I
or
don't
the
even know, man.
nudity?
I'm not even in it so much. Like it's kind
You're
of
not
weird.
an expert on the subject.
I'm
Don't
not.
talk to me.
No, of course I'll consume, sure, but but I have no idea what the industry is like. I saw one of these movies like you see I think
Netflix documentaries,
yeah. What is it called?
Hot Girls Wanted.
Yeah, and also
I got so
after
depressed
porn
watching
or
that.
something. Yeah, it's so depressed.
So
Fucking so
sad.
depressed. Yeah.
I feel so bad for those girls.
Yeah, it's but also again like they chose it. It's kind of like you live how you sow. Is that a thing? You reap the rewards of your labor. I don't know. But
You lay as you make your bed.
you lay as you make your bed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that's correct, but
No. But fuck. I don't know what to say.
who knows?
Who knows, man? It's like if they like it, just don't complain.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's up to her, man. Like if of course it's awful that it's going out on all of these like other smaller accounts that probably have like a life saving and it's not millionaires. Like
What would have been
Bella
smart
Thorne.
is if you've done this not just on OnlyFans but like on multiple of these kinds of platforms. Then have like made like serious like advertising on like Facebook or like something, but then driving a lot of traffic to all of the platforms, so she would not be reliable only on OnlyFans.
I don't think she is, sorry, because she has a pretty large Instagram account already. So
Right. All right.
and YouTube, I do believe. I'm not quite sure. I don't feel like I know that much on the subject
No.
enough to even.
So maybe we shouldn't.
next
topic.
next one.
Okay.
I have something a news for you. I think
Okay.
you would be quite happy about.
Oh shit.
On the next Saturday Night Live, Jim Carrey is going to play Joe Biden.
What?
Yes. And you are such a fan of Jim Carrey,
I
and so am I.
love Jim Carrey. What a great guy.
He was like the first one who inspired me to become an actor.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Because
Yeah.
I was goofy. I have
Yeah?
that goofiness when I was little,
Right.
which quickly got vanquished by
Yeah.
my friends.
Yeah.
Well, not my friends, but general peers around me,
Right.
making me feel weird about being goofy,
Yeah.
which like as a girl I couldn't really do that
No.
and be seen as normal.
But you should totally just be goofy. Like you're awesome just being goofy.
Well, I try to be now, but it's such a thing that sort of gets washed out as you get socialized and
Yeah. Fuck
grows
socializing.
up.
Fuck socializing.
Well, socializing is pretty handy, like thinking about social rules and stuff,
Yeah.
not telling people stupid things to each other and stuff.
Yeah. Well,
Socializing can be handy.
it can be. It can be. No, but have you seen any of his like his really
Deep material.
yeah, like he's really spiritual, you know that?
I saw that one interview which just went viral.
What was that?
He goes into he sounds almost a bit like nihilistic about the world. It's a long time I watched it. So.
What's that called?
Nihilistic.
Nihilistic?
It's when you sort of
Yeah, but what
don't
is
care about anything.
Yes, but what is like the interview called?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Does he have a
It's
beard?
the one. Yeah.
He has
of
a beard.
course,
Okay,
of
so it's from
course.
that period. Okay,
Yeah.
that's like recent then.
Yeah.
Okay,
Or not recent, but at least
kind
like
of recent.
maybe
A few years.
1-2 years ago.
Yeah, because he's like really starting to like connect with it. Like I think he's always been spiritual, but he's like really, like I fully understand what he's talking about when he's, having his rants and whatnot. Like, I think me and him would bond really well, actually.
Hey, Jim Carrey, hit me
Hey,
up.
Jim Carrey, please hit me up. No, but he's like really deep, a deep dude. Have you seen the documentary he did where he's painting?
Where he's painting?
Yeah, he's really talented.
Painting.
I Needed Color, I think it's called.
I Need Color.
I Need Color. I Need It. It was so good. It was really.
This podcast is basically just Victor recommending me different stuff to watch and me being like, I am gonna do that.
Yeah, it's called I Need Color. I Need It? I Needed Color, yeah. Shit.
Have you also seen some of his like really early stand-up?
Yeah, great, yeah.
It's really like shows how he is an artist
Yeah.
in this area.
Right.
The Wounded Swan and all of that.
Yeah.
And my boyfriend really has those characteristics.
Really?
Like he can do full on that kind of mode.
What? You have to explain this.
And he told me about like how he was like as a young kid, and compared to now, he's pretty mediocre, like similar to what I am.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of washed out by everyone.
You have to regain that.
Yeah, and I watched some clips of his family videos because his family has this amazing library of clips of him when he was little.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'm so entertained.
Okay.
He was such a weird kid in such an amazing way.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we feature that on here? Can we see that? Is it weird?
I don't know. It's funny. It's funny as hell.
Oh my god.
And
why isn't he like that right now?
Well, similar to me, like that gets sort of washed out of you because some people don't think it's.
Fuck what other people think, just be
Yeah,
yourself.
but that's easy to say. But if saying what other people think, you're gonna probably end up really alone.
No. It's just the opposite will happen. You're gonna find the people who resonate completely with you. You're gonna find people who just really loves being around you.
But it can be really hard to find those people.
Yeah, but
Specifically if you're like in a really
your
close.
vibe attracts your tribe.
Oh, your vibe
Fuck.
attracts your
Yes.
tribe. Get that on the
Stolen
door.
from Pinterest mom's account. But that's true,
That's my
man.
new next Instagram caption.
Your vibe does attract your tribe. I'm sure of it. Like you have to be, just completely, like just yourself.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
no,
yeah, what
I'm
does
serious.
that mean? Like,
That
what does
means-
that mean being
that
yourself?
means filterless. Like pick the fights that will help you regain yourself. Like pick the fights that people for people. Okay, let me try to explain this. People will fight you to keep you mediocre. They
That's
will
true.
fight to the death to keep you mediocre, and you have to take those fights. You have to fight with every breath in your fucking body to not let them win.
And they win by keeping you mediocre.
Yeah. That's the system we are in today, and whatever tools you need to develop to handle that, you're just gonna have to use those tools.
Yeah, but mediocre can be like different things for different people.
I guess, sure, but okay. Let me put it like this: when you're 90 and you're laying in bed, and you are bound to the bed somehow. You are reflecting back on your life, and maybe you achieved a lot. Maybe you didn't achieve the things you wanted to achieve. But how do you want to feel in those last days, like leading up to your death? How do you want to feel?
Well, I definitely don't want to feel like I've hurt anyone.
Okay.
And if I hurt someone by being myself, should I be myself?
Yes.
Even if it hurts other people?
Yeah.
What if being
Because people,
myself is
yeah,
like a...
Let me tell you this. People who get hurt by your light can just fucking get hurt as much as they fucking will. They can just fucking get to the fucking hospital. If they will not let you be yourself, they can perish from that light. And please let them.
But what?
Please let
but
them.
what if being yourself? Because many, like, let's say racists use this, like, oh, that's just my opinion, and that's just me, and I'm just being myself. Can they say that?
Do you feel like you're a hateful person?
No.
No. So
Hopefully
it's
not.
kind of not the right thing to put together, right? So I would say this. You should not filter yourself in any way. If you're quirky, fucking be quirky, man. But I'm also like, don't try too hard. Like don't try to force it. Like if it doesn't, I see all these people like then they're like, oh, I get this new haircut, and I'm like this, where they try to, maybe they're themselves, but it feels like they're not comfortable in their own skin, kind of,
Yeah.
How I'm feeling, like there would be no way that I would not want to be myself. Like I will fight everyone who tries to change that, or tries to diminish me, or try to feel less of something, or make me try to shape me into their liking. I will fuck them up.
Well, if most people, or the closest people to me, when I think of friends and people my age, I grew up with people calling a lot of things cringy, and that was like the last thing you wanted to be was cringy or cringeworthy.
Yeah.
And so that's
everything's cringy. Everything.
Yeah, that's the
Human
thing, though.
nature
People
is
can't
cringy.
Well, a lot of things can just be straight up cringe. But that was sort of what I was really afraid of.
Don't be afraid of that.
Being cringy.
Like, it might be fucking hard because you're in the industry. You're in like modeling, because it's like. That industry is hard for people who want to be themselves. You're not supposed to be yourself in that industry. You're supposed to be whatever the director, the company want you to be. Yeah. So.
But that comes also to just growing up in a school setting with classmates.
Yeah.
Like you don't want people laughing at you either. And I'm not saying laughing with you, laughing at you. And when you grow up being something that's being yourself, as I said previously in another episode, like what does that even mean? Because you change so much over the years throughout your life. I can't even recognize the person I was 1 year ago.
No, me neither.
2 years ago. So being yourself is an all-time changing thing.
Yeah.
And if you don't try to be new things, how are you even going to know if those things are you? But then again, if you try to be bad things to other people, can you still say that that's you and that you're allowed to be that way?
What you're asking is if humans really are as complex as we are, and to that I say yes, we are really complex. We are not just one thing. We are not just happy-go-lucky all the time. We have really complex emotions. We have lots of moods, lots of weird judgment calls. Like I tell you, like there's not one singular, frame for people. Like, and this world have been built in such a way that it feels like we have to fit into boxes, where none of us should fit into any boxes. Like it should be more, and also like the way the system is set up as of now, it's trying to divide us all. Oh, he is this kind of, like, everything that can be put into a box is a form of dividing people. Like if everyone's in boxes, those boxes can be disposed of, right?
Yeah.
That's it. So, but if people aren't able to live in a box or be in a box or be put on a shelf or put in a category, then they can actually live a pretty decent life, I would say.
But some boxes may be for like beneficial reasons. For example, in research, you would have to have certain characteristics. Kill me.
Okay, I want to say it like this.
Characteristics. Fuck, I can't do it.
Okay.
Anyway,
Listen to me. This is going to be really important. You get to keep what you fight for. Okay? Whatever that is, you get to keep what you fight for. If you fight to fit in, you get to keep that. If you fight to stand out, you get to keep that. The universe is serving us what we are and what we need, and what, it's not against us. Like we are just born into situations, and we have to make the best of it. Like we can't it's like
but when you say fight, you get to keep what you fight for.
Yeah.
Does that mean
if you fight for not changing, if you are so determined to just be the old self all the way through, you like going to the bar, getting shit faced, you like spending your coins on slot machines, you like not raising your kids and having a job that just pays you every month, and you fight for that, then you get to keep it. You get to not experience any other form of,
as long as you're willing to take consequences of those actions.
No. Like people will do this to the rest of their days, and then they will complain. Fuck it. And then they die. So you get.
Okay, so this is my position to basically everything you say, because you say a lot of things, really like, what do you say? Concrete sentences about something.
Yeah.
And to me, everything is relative. So you can put any sentence or word or quote into situations where it wouldn't work.
Okay, tell me about that.
Well, okay, let's just take the recent one.
Okay.
You get to keep what you fight for. And what if it isn't a even fight or a justified fight?
Give me an example.
Well, give me an example. What do you mean about keep what you fight?
So, it comes down to belief. Like, if you are a Christian, let's just no hate on Christians, anyone. If you believe that God heals everything and that Jesus would put on this planet to help everyone and be the mankind's hope for, then you fight for that belief to be true. Okay? So whatever you fight for, like it's like this. A man who doesn't stand for anything will fall. Well, a man who stands for nothing will fall for anything. Have you heard of that?
That is actually a quote from Sucker Punch, one of my favorite movies.
Right.
If you don't stand for something, you're going to fall for anything.
I think it's actually way back. Like it's an old quote. Like I think.
Yeah,
it was
of course, it's an old quote. Like,
but
it's definitely not like the first time, but that's where I heard it first.
Yeah.
And
it's a powerful quote, and it's kind of the same thing. Like, I think I had we had like it's the thing like I had this paper that says you get what you settle for, you know.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like this: you get what you keep
that's
for.
what you mean.
like,
So if
you
you,
get-
if you don't fight, you're
Yeah.
not going to gain
Yes.
anything. That's what you're trying to
Yeah.
say. Okay, now I'm with you.
Okay.
Because to me, it sounded like if you have fought something, you're justified to keep whatever you fought for. But the fights can be so different.
Okay,
And like,
okay.
I
That's not
I
what
was
I
just thinking colonialism at
Yeah.
once, like Brits going around fighting more like massacring, but like just taking artifacts and temple stuff and
Didn't they
keeping
also
it
keep
in
it-
the British Museum.
Right, they kept it
Yeah.
there, right? Now
Oh
it's
my
property of England. But that also kind of proves my point. You get what you fight for, you know. You get to keep what you fight for,
but
it's
they're
it's more like
they're-
in a sense of belief or
Yeah.
in a sense of work ethic or you know.
Well, I guess you have to fight hard to achieve things. But that's my sort of point. Like fights are usually never equal or justified, or like the different parties are never like equal usually.
Okay, like what do you mean like in this case?
So you took the thing about Christians and fighting for their belief in that God can heal anything.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
if that includes that your belief is that your child should get healed by God rather than get modern medicine,
Right.
because that would go against God's will to heal your child,
Mm.
then fuck you
Yeah.
if your child dies
Yeah.
or just have medical issues because of that.
I just saw a movie here the other night that's it's called The Devil All the Way. Did you see that?
No.
You didn't see it yet? You have to see it. It's kind of gross.
It's kind of gross.
But it's like this, you know, like it's just stories about all these Christian people who are like, you know, one is a preacher and he's like so centered or self like, God just, you know, like one of these preachers type fuck. But then he's like, he just stabs a girl in like the throat and then, you know,
Actually?
yeah. And then he's like, resurrect her, God, resurrect her, you know,
Does he
like,
though?
so, yeah. Yeah.
So it's Christian fandom.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess you can call it that. Like, and it kind of like it fucked me up, that movie, because it's like really, you know, it was a little gross. But yeah.
Have you read the Bible?
If I read the Bible, fuck, I'm too afraid, you know.
It's horrifying.
Is it? Oh my God.
Like the second testament
Yeah.
is actually pretty like deep, and it could be taken out of spiritual yoga teachers blog,
Really? Okay.
honestly. Jesus
it can
was
be-
just like some hipster
Hang
yoga
on.
teacher who just said a lot of cool deep shit.
Can it be interpreted in a
Totally different way
shit?
than
That's
usually.
a problem. That's a fucking problem.
Yeah. But the first testament, like the Old Testament,
Yeah.
that is some messed up shit that I don't think anyone should base
Okay.
any belief on, just because it's so in of itself
Okay.
contradicting.
Shit.
Like it's contradicting itself all the time.
Oh, fuck.
And there's a lot of stuff that is not usually practiced in modern Christianity,
Right.
or and many other kind of Christianity, and yeah, the only reason I read the Bible in the first place, and I did it when I was 11,
No, fuck.
because I had a very Christian friend at the time, so I basically read it just to be able to sort of debate or argument or against her religious beliefs, which is not necessarily a good premise to read the Bible, but also it was really interesting, and I'm glad I did.
Does it say anything in the Bible about homosexuality?
I do believe it does.
What does it say?
I can't remember. Like I can't remember the Bible,
Okay.
and it was a pretty long
And,
time ago.
yeah.
I read it too,
Right.
and I guess there are so many people who have analyzed the Bible and put out all the contradicting and horrible like things written down into it,
Right.
like sexist, homophobic, racist things that is written down in this book.
Yeah,
And
it's so horrifying.
yeah, that's what really annoys me, I think, because people keep on criticizing Muslims for having these things written into their book, but then like all of the three books are so messed up and based
Right.
on the same whole like holy text, right? So it's like throwing stone in a glass house.
Like throwing from outside or inside, like just throwing them?
Inside.
Okay, so you stand inside the glass house and then you just throw them around.
Yeah,
Okay, but is there
that's
also
a
people throwing?
metaphor, I think.
Okay, is there also people outside that's throwing into you?
I haven't really thought about it,
Okay,
to be honest. I think
Okay.
it's just a saying.
I want to say it's kind of dumb if you live in your own glass house and then you have a bunch of rocks and you're like, fuck it, I need some breath air,
is
you know?
that metaphor for that you would sort of throw rocks at other religious beliefs.
No.
And-
It's like you don't want to throw stones at other people's houses when you live in a glass house. Isn't that's it, right?
Well, you are throwing rocks, which is attacks against others inside
I'm gonna
a
look
house
this
you're
up.
living in, which is made out of glass. So it would basically break your whole house down by attacking others. I don't know. We're getting way into this. Are you searching it up to make sure?
We lost internet connection. Darn it.
Okay, so we're never going to figure it out.
Yeah, we are. Hang on, I'm just gonna connect it again. Connected.
There was something else I wanted to bring up.
Okay.
I really can't remember it right now.
Okay.
I should write these things up and have it ready. It's about. Did we talk about the Mulan controversy?
No, what's that?
So people is boycotting Mulan right now.
Why? Is it a non-Asian actor?
No,
Oh, okay, it's not that. Okay.
it's because Mulan's actor, the girl playing Mulan,
Yeah.
is she tweeted out 1 year ago. I think it was 1 year ago, maybe less than that.
Oh, fuck.
That she was in supporting the police that is basically tearing down the protesters in Hong Kong.
Shit.
Yes. And the Hong Kong protesters are protesting against I think it's the Britain leased Hong Kong for 100 years from China. And so China is like, hey, your lease is over, we're taking you back. And Hong Kong is like, yeah, no thanks. Like, we are our own system, we have our own society, we're not Chinese anymore. We are Hong Kong people.
Okay.
And of course, like, China doesn't really have a democratic, open system in the way Hong Kong maybe have had. Comparing it, and so they don't want to go under this tyrannic rule.
Is she American?
No, she is Chinese, I do believe.
Okay.
Maybe she's American Chinese.
Okay.
And also Disney has been promoting and using investors from really shady corporates in China who has, I think, I should probably have my facts on the subject, but
We have to get our facts checked.
I think it's that they are they are helping out with the Uruguay massacre
Shit.
or
There's all these massacres. Can't people just chill?
I'm not Uruguay.
We can just
It's not
chill,
really
dudes.
correct. I don't know. The Muslims in China are getting put in concentration camps, and they are genetically trying to wash them out by sterilizing the women.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
To not make them having like any biological offsprings and stuff like that. It's so messed up.
Fuck.
And
What is the main religion in China? Like what?
Buddhism.
Buddhism?
Yeah, but they have like Buddhism is different in all the different Asian countries,
Okay.
and there's many different ways to practice Buddhism. It's kind of like Christianity and any other religion that has like lots of branches, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it isn't like it isn't the first time Disney messes up these kind of things, and Disney doesn't really care. That's the issue. I think someone had a press release from Disney so these controversies is definitely putting a pressure on us. It's like good. Like finally you realize that you can't just brush it over,
Right.
because people are boycotting the movie. Hopefully, fuck Mulan. I don't even care. Most people saying it's a bad film because they are diversing so much from the original.
Mm-hmm.
And now Mulan is some kind of witch girl with superpowers, and she doesn't really have a journey, which is so stupid. Because
didn't they also cut the dragon out of it?
yeah, Mushu.
What? That was the best part.
I know.
That was the best. I watched the cartoon and I was like, yes, a dragon. Fuck yeah, man.
Am I completely wrong, or was it Eddie Murphy who voiced him in the original?
I'm not even sure, but I think
Google that shit.
was the Danish. Okay, let's.
Yeah, we don't care about Danish one.
But the Danish voice actors are
But
really
it's
great.
basically to The Force Awakens, where they make the female character have these amazing ultra powers, which make her so special. And I'm so tired of all this OP special, the Chosen One bullshit plotline. It's done so many times before. We're
Right.
over it. Stop it. And that's not what Mulan was. She was in a very, very
she was a poor, right? She was a poor family. No, or
not necessarily
no.
poor, but she wasn't any kind
Humble
of
means.
she wasn't any kind of special girl.
No.
And that's what's so lovely
It was her
about
courage that made her special, right?
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
what because it was her father who was called into arms.
Yeah, and then he died, right?
No. He was
Oh.
just weak.
Oh, he's
So it was pretty evident that he would die in the war if he went out in the war. That's why,
okay.
because it was required that one
so she
male
volunteered.
from every family. Yeah, so she dressed
that's
up as a
true.
male,
Okay, yeah.
knowing that she is a woman who physically generally is superior in lots of ways, and and had to use her own skills and wits and courage and just being really fucking smart. That's what made her conquer the story,
Yeah.
for me at least. It's not that she wanted to be a soldier. It wasn't something she wanted to do or just was following because that was her dream. It was something she did as an
She had-
offer to
she had to do it out of necessity. She
and
rose
for
to
love
the
for
occasion.
her family
Yeah,
and
yeah,
father.
That's it, man. That's why it was so good.
That's why it's so bullshit in the second cartoon movie where she's like, "Oh, I'm still a soldier." It's like, why?
Yeah, why?
No one wants you to be that. You don't even want to be that. What is this?
I remember as a kid, the McDonald's toys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
I-
Szechuan sauce.
We didn't have. Did we have that here? I don't know. I don't think we have it here. But I just remember the toys were so wild back then. Not at all as maybe it's because I don't care about the cartoons today. but back then it was okay, let me just see here if I can Mushu. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
Eddie Murphy. Yeah, he's so good.
And they just removed him out of the movie. And they added this witch.
You know what? Okay, hang on. You know what movie I would love to see in a
Remake?
remake? Are you ready? Atlantis.
Yes.
Yes. I would
that's
love to
that's
see
my
that.
favorite animated
I
Disney
would
movie.
love to see that. I should play that dude. What's he called? Let me just
Oh,
check.
yeah.
Don't you think I would be good at
the
that?
digger.
Yeah. No, not the digger.
Wait, we were thinking thinking of?
The guy that goes on the expedition, you know?
There's lots of guys.
Yeah,
who
yeah,
goes
but
on
the main dude. What's it called? Let me just the digger. Okay, here we go. No, what was it called? Atlantis? No, it was called I think it was. Yeah. Atlantis, the Lost Empire. Yeah. Here we go.
What's he called again?
Atlantis, the Lost Empire.
No, what his name?
He's
guy you're
called
talking
Milo. This
Milo.
dude.
Yeah, Milo. It was Milo. I don't see how
Totally,
you relate
just look
to
at
him
him,
in
look
any
at him.
kind of way.
I could totally play him if I just lost some pounds. Totally.
I don't
Don't you see
necessarily
it?
think it's about looks.
No, but like typecasting wise, I could totally be like, if I got those round glasses.
Say one personal trait that reflects on his.
Like, you don't remember the movie? Like, I'm quirky as he's as quirky as he is. You know, I could totally play that role. I'm sure. I'm
sure too.
I think I could. I could be really good in that
Okay,
role.
if you say so, man. If you say so.
I'm just gonna hype it up there. I'm gonna put this into the universe. If there's
I
any,
just hope they don't whitewash the whole tribe.
no, but this wasn't whitewash. There's a lot of, you know,
No, but like in the remake, you know how remakes go.
no. I think
or
there's
live
actually,
action things.
I think there's actually rules now on the Oscars where they're like, hey, we can't, you know, give an Oscar if there's not a representation of like multiple races or something. I read
Yeah.
something about that. That's pretty great, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna make some changes in the movies industry for a positive effect, I think. I don't think we're gonna lose out on anything because of this new rule. And with Atlantis, I remember like these characters are so interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Especially when what is the girl called? Not the main bi character, but the girl with the hat and the pigtails with the black hair.
Oh, she was great. Oh, she would be great if it was. I just see what's she called? I just picture Aston Kutcher's wife. What's she called?
Mila Kunis?
Yes, Mila Kunis would be great in that role. Don't you think?
Wait, she's a young girl, and I guess
No.
Mila-
She's not a young girl. She's like she's the mechanic, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, she's not a young girl.
isn't she?
I don't think so. It's so long. Maybe we need to
That's the
see
thing.
it, man.
We're just basically casting the whole new remake.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're actually working on it, like for real.
Oh god. I don't hope they fuck it up.
No.
Yeah.
But it's exciting.
What was your favorite
This
part
one, this
in
one.
the movie?
Oh, you can't see here.
What was
Yeah.
your favorite part
Did
in
you
the
see
movie?
it? Oh, okay. What the favorite part?
Yeah.
You know, I'm a sucker for love. You know, so any love scene is great.
Really?
Yeah,
In
I love it.
Atlantis?
I love movies, like
Yeah, but
romantic
is
movies.
that the best part about that movie? The love story?
No, also the fact that he's like trying to convince all these people that there is Atlantis and that he's found it and that he's like putting this exhibition together. That's also great.
And then he ends up just not like showing it to anyone and just keeps it a secret.
Yeah,
Spoilers for anyone who hasn't
Spoilers.
seen this really old movie.
that's a
But
great movie.
I think my favorite like part
Yeah.
is the way he just makes a way across by exploding one of the columns.
Yeah.
And he's like, ta-da, there's your way.
Yeah.
And I think like my favorite part was just the team of coming together. Like
yeah.
they did what Suicide Squad did not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true, man.
Like Suicide Squad should learn.
Yeah. You know, it's hard. Like, there's so many. Like, as a filmmaker, kind of. You know, I feel like when I hear people, you know, that really hate on an adaptation, it's like, fuck, dude, you don't know what's going on. Like, there's network executives, there's producers, there's directors, there's talent, there's all these kinds of people who are like trying to get their vision the right way. And also, like, it is a business model, this show business. So the more advertisement, the more like product placement, all these kind of things, like also like what studio buys what, there's so many mechanics behind just the movie that is like that has to align for movies to get made. Like when people shit on a director for like fucking up an adaptation, it might not have been the director's fault. It might have been like all the other people involved, right?
Yeah, that's definitely true. But then,
And there's also like a thing like a whole like story arc of movies. Like if you say like for example, Dan Harmon, do you know that Rick and Morty?
Rick and Morty, yeah?
Yeah, the creators of that. He has made like a story arc, like how a protagonist would, you know, I can see if I can show you here. But he's basically describing how you would tell a story, a compelling story, right? So the protagonist has to want something, and then has to go get it. But then he faces an obstacle. Like I can try to see if I can show you here.
I think there's a lot of books about just describing how cinema works or like storytelling works.
Yeah.
And I think Nerdwriter has a lot of referencing a lot of those books. And I guess that's one of the issues I brought up with Mulan and Rey in Force Awakens or in the Star Wars sequels. Is that you can't have this character be all powerful or special, because when they face opponents, it's not going to be interesting.
No, that's it. Like I'm kind of opposed to sequels in a way, because like where do you start from? Like what, unless it's like from a whole new perspective in the same universe, then that's interesting. But then it shouldn't be a sequel. Then it should just be like under the same brand. Or
the issue of a lot of sequels is that
check this out.
it's not because they got inspired to make the sequel because they are so passionate about making a sequel. It's usually about money.
Yeah, money. It's money all the time. So this is Dan Harmon's story circle. Establish the protagonist. That's you, okay? And he needs something. Something isn't right. He needs something. It could be an object. It could be a thing he wants to achieve or whatever, right? He go after crossing the threshold. So this is order and this is chaos. So he is in order right now, and everything is great where he is. He's in comfort zone, and now he goes through chaos. So he's searching for it. He's searching for this thing he wants to achieve, right? And he finds it. Meet the goddess, but he has to pay the price for it. Like, so it might not be the thing he wanted, right? Then he has to return home with the thing, achieved it. Having changed, mastered both worlds, right? So that's kind of it, and that's kind of how you know, a good story is told. It's like, and if you really like you could apply this to a lot of movies, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw Fight Club yesterday.
Oh, it's such a good movie.
I love that movie. Just, you know. Just pixies at the end scene with the buildings just falling. I was just like, fuck yeah, dude. Like,
but I feel like so many has lost the true meaning of that movie.
Yeah? What's the true meaning? What do you think the true meaning is?
Well, he's rebelling at this banking system that keeps people in large debts, right?
Yeah.
That's why he blows up the banks.
Yeah. Is it banks he blows up, or is it just empty buildings?
It's banks.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Is it not? Like
I'm not
every
sure.
big corporate bank in the.
He says
city.
in the end, like all the buildings are empty, so there's like, but I think like the buildings were made maybe by the bank. I'm not sure. Fuck. Sometimes I'm so bad at paying attention.
There's a really good quote about our society, which said that the tallest building in a city reflects the values of that society to that city.
Okay.
So in that way, the tallest building in a medieval city would be the churches, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because that was like the closest thing to God.
Like the epicenter, like interesting.
The churches.
Yeah. But so are churches as banks now, and like
and
stock places and stuff like that? Okay.
and like corporate buildings. That is just about reaching taller and taller. And
so that our religion is actually not religion; it's the dollar, or
Yeah, something like that.
Well, praise the Lord, then.
Well,
No, but I think that's interesting. I like to think like if that's the thing, then is Round Tower in Denmark the tallest building we have? No,
Nuneaton.
yeah.
I don't think so.
Then it's like we hold.
What is the tallest building in
Yeah, but
Copenhagen?
I don't. I think it was like an observatory at some point for like some dude, but I don't care.
I think it's, generally speaking, I think it's maybe Christiansborg. Maybe.
And the
Which
the building is like there's.
government building
You think
where
so?
all the politicians do. For those people who don't know what that is.
I feel like such an outsider. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't
Being
care.
from Denmark?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
care.
get
I
what
don't
you
care
mean.
about Danish culture. I don't care about, Danish things. I don't care about the TV. I don't care about the
Well, that's old things for you.
yeah.
But it's new things for other people.
Yeah. So weird. Like I don't feel like I belong here. It's kind of weird.
I
Yeah.
really do believe I belong here.
Yeah.
But I'm not Danish.
No. Well. Yeah.
And I do believe that Copenhagen is a really interesting city. It has a
It
lot of
is
interesting,
totally. Yeah.
Like you just that's the wondrous thing about Copenhagen is I feel like there's a single piece about every European city in Copenhagen somewhere, because all of the different city parts of Copenhagen is so different from each other. So
Okay.
that's definitely something for everyone in this city, I feel like.
Yeah. All right. That's it. No, but I tend to agree, but I also like, I don't like big cities. I would rather just have a massive mansion in the woods or in a large field, and then just just be there and
Be a
create.
father to lots of children.
Yeah, have a lovely wife and just do a lot of weird shit, like not illegal shit, but just weird shit, like abnormal. Just to invent new technologies and stuff like that. Like, I would just like to. I feel like so overwhelmed all the time, like so,
In big cities?
No, just like in my mind state at the moment, I feel so overwhelmed. Like I just yesterday I had like this epiphany, like I was just high on my own dopamine, just going through, like I was walking and then I was like, okay, fuck, now I gotta go up to the, fitness and just work out really hard, like sweating profusely, And it was great, but I had so many, endorphins. Like it felt like, and now I'm coming down from that, right? So I have like this down. It kind of felt like I was on Molly or something. But that's why I can't take this fucking drug because it's gonna fucking fuck me up, So today I have like kind of this like a little bummer, a little bummer mood. I don't know if you can feel it, but
Oh, I feel it. It's just because I've reached the first day of school, starting a new school and being like, okay, this is not that new and interesting anymore. Like it is interesting.
Yeah.
And
But there's a come down.
Yeah, like it starts to get into that workday weekend feeling.
Yeah.
And
That's it.
and that's hard to get into, especially for like people like you and me who don't necessarily like patterns or pattern of behavior.
I need chaos.
Yeah.
I need chaos.
I think both of us has a hard time sort of settling in a very strict pattern of schedule
Right.
every day, because it leaves very little room for discovering like new stuff all the time. And discovering new stuff and being thrown into new situation every day can be so tiring and so draining. But if you don't do it, at some point, it's gonna also dry your soul out by doing just the same thing every day.
Right. That's it. Unless whatever you do every day really has impact and meaning. And I feel like what we're doing here, is kind of impactful and meaningful in some way. I hope so. Like, we have to just keep posting, keep people engaged, and keep.
I think the next step for us would be starting to include like the fans more.
Yeah, we have to. Like,
If there are any fans out there.
Is there any fans out there?
I don't
We
know.
could totally do like calling them, having them on the.
I would love to hear their stories.
Yeah, I would love to that too.
Because I definitely believe someone is listening to this and being, that reminds me of this great story.
Yeah, and it would be great to
I
have
love
that
to hear
feedback.
this. Yeah.
You also had some stories about your friends, but you don't want to get into that. You don't.
Well, yeah, I better get my friend's permission
Yeah,
first.
so we can't do that now, but that's for another episode. I think that's kind of it. Like now it's 1 hour
1 hour.
4 minutes. Would you like to end this episode by saying some few nice words or?
Yeah, to everyone who's watching, don't be afraid to reach out and comment or send us stuff that you might think is interesting or just plain out weird. Because we like that kind of stuff shit, right?
Yeah. And also, if you're overweight, please don't ride horses.
And,
Just ending that right there. It's
and sometimes you just want to stroke a cat. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in to Nomo Radio. Go follow us on social media at Nomo Radio for the latest news and updates. And remember to follow your host at VX Madsen and Ada.mo. You can find all the episodes on the official website at www.nomoradio.com.